Well, I had somebody ask about the shift pattern in this thing, because it's a 3 on the tree. Oh, hey, there's my air tank. It's a 3 on the tree, and it's a little different than modern cars. So I'll just show you the shift pattern. Basically, you pull it towards you and go up, and that's reverse. And then you pull it towards you all the way down, that's first. And then you push it up into the middle, and then you push it back, and that's second, which makes the first second shift kind of tricky. And then back and all the way down is third, and that's pretty much all there is to it. Heard a story about old hot rodders. They'd take this and they move it to the other side. Heard 2 different theories on that. One is when they flip it over, it changes the pattern a little bit and makes the 1-2 shift easier. But my personal favorite is they put it over here, so they've got the left hand here, they can shift and drive, and then their right hand, they got around their woman. But that is basically 3 on the tree. Pretty simple stuff. Obviously there's no markings on it to tell you what's what, but I figured I'd also talk about some of the problems with this car. Obviously, if you look around, the interior is pretty much gutted, pretty much trashed. Everything's gone. Things are rusty. If I step out here, I can show you the big, huge, well, you can't see the huge hole, but there's a big hole right in this floor pan, which is just sitting in here. So that's all rusted away. That side's the same way. There's a little bit in the back. The body itself has probably more Bondo than steel at this point. Even though it looks fairly straight, it's a lot of Bondo. Rust starting all over the place. If you can see here, the guy who owned it before me, this was all rusted out. He put Bondo in here and covered the hole with Bondo, so I guess that kind of gives you a little idea of the shape it's in. There's rust back here. The leaf springs in the back are shot. The tires are all shot. The trunk is rusted out. The quarter panels are rusted out. The bumper back here is all foobarred up. There's a ton of Bondo on that side. Gas tank's rusted out. And as you can see, there's holes pretty much everywhere. So there's not much left of the body. Engine smokes a little bit. Clutch slips. Suspension's all wore out in the front, So I think if I ever did anything with this car, she'd get a beefier engine, and I'd have to replace the entire back end of the car, basically. So probably set it up with a better setup than what it, than the leaf springs what it had. This isn't the original engine. That's been replaced at some point. It does run pretty good, but with everything else wrong with this car, and especially the rust, it's really not a car worth restoring. But I would like to put a bigger engine in it, not a drag engine, but something that'll go quick on the street, and then of course a different transmission, and beef up the rear end quite a bit. I don't think I can get under here to show you, but it's bad. It needs a lot of work, and it's not really worth a full restoration. But that's pretty much all the problems. I'm sure there's more I can't think of at the moment, but that's pretty much the Falcon. Well, I suppose I should show you the other side where the back is. I started taking Bondo off after I got it, and then there was just a ton there. I quit taking it off because there was so much. But as you can see, this whole quarter panel's been at some point repaired, kinda, and just rust down here, a little bit in the rockers, and when you crawl under the car and look at it, the rear frame rails are toast. You'd have to basically cut them out and put new ones in. But there's a Falcon.